Here we go. All right, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Trent, welcome back, bro.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, bro. I just want to get this up
How you doing?
just so you can see us. Trent, thank goodness you're here today. I just wanted to go over and before we get into the episode, I just want to welcome everybody to the show. If you haven't been to the show before, this is the Canadian Bro Show podcast. My name is Paul Bale. I'm the founder and host of the Canadian Bro Show, and to my left and your right is one of my two co-hosts at the most, Mr. Trent Rowley. Trent, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Excellent. Very well. The difference between Trent and I is I'm in sunny Kelowna right now. Believe it or not, winter has not really arrived. It's kind of strange. And Trent is in St. Paul, Alberta, and there's absolutely no problem with winter arriving in there. Trent lives on the 16th hole of a golf course, and he says it's about, you got like 6 foot deep on the front of your house in the carport?
Yeah, pretty much, but it was been plus all week so far.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It looks like it's
going to go to minus 20 next week, but hey, whatever.
It's still going to be sunny though, right?
Yeah, I'll just be glass half full guy.
And I just wanted to say thank you we have 4 new subscribers just from 1 week ago, which was really only 3-4 days ago. It is Wednesday here in the West Coast. And we normally film on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, but that depends on the schedule, and that depends on our schedule as well. So we're midweek with 4 games remaining in the show essentially is 2025 and 26. You'll see everything on the bottom of the ticker, as well as current episodes on the first iteration of the Canadian Bro Show. All things Canadian from Pauly and Johnny, it's all there. This is 2025-26 NBA Hoops. We are in the second season, episode 42, and week 13. All basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley. And I got to say, I don't know what we did for last week, but we've got almost 200 views in 4 days. So, whatever. I think it was because of my birthday. I just celebrated my 61st birthday, and we just finished another episode, and perhaps that was it. I really don't know, but I do thank you for all people that have taken time to subscribe and like and comment. We're getting a lot of really good comments. And on with the show. We like to open up the show with an intro, which we just did. And Trent likes to do a segment when it's relevant and there's actually important information going on. As our show is all basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley, we like to start off with the WNBA because I have just recently been following the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark and other superstars in that league. They have a fantastic league. Unfortunately, the league seems to be run by rookies and scrubs. And Trent, what is going on with the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement? Now, their season is starting soon, or perhaps not starting at all. Is that true?
Yeah, well, they did put a moratorium on because, again, 75% of the league are free agents this year.
That's crazy, man. Is that a fluke, or was that done intentional?
Well, there was a lot of women who signed 1-year contracts in a lot of places because knowing that the CBA was coming up. So in the last couple of years, a lot of star players have only had signed 1-year extensions and stuff like a 1-year $250,000 extension or something like that to become a free agent with this new CBA, because those people making $250 are going, hey, I can make $1 million, right? So
right.
It was by design for sure. They've just overplayed their hand like so badly for what's being offered to them. And go online and look.
And who are you talking about exactly? Are you talking about like the general manager?
Players. The players have overplayed their hand here so bad.
Oh, I see. And they're talking about and of course who represents the players.
Nafisa Collier's one of them. Naika, I can't say her last name.
No, that's so.
She plays for Seattle. I can't speak Zimbabwe, so I'm sorry. But she's been in the league for a while, so she's one of the reps.
No, I know who she is. And they represent all of the players in the CBA. That's a little unusual, I guess, but I suppose it happens in the NBA.
There might be a couple more. I just don't.
That's okay. I was just curious.
But they are overplaying their hands so badly with what's being offered to them. And I would just tell people, I mean, to go from a max of $250,000 to a max now of 1.1 million, with the cap being directly determined by basketball related means, which is BRI, which is the same as what the NBA runs under. That's what
Right.
one of the things they wanted. At first, the owners wanted to do a hard cap, and so if you're making this 1.1 million at max, there's no way for you to make more. Well, the women are like, well, no. Again, they're right on that. I agree with that. And to go from a $66K minimum to a $220,000 minimum, I mean, what are we doing? What are you guys doing? So when you got to hear a comment like this from Naika, she goes, the league and team saying they're losing money is like saying their pockets are empty while you also are holding the keys to a brand new Ferrari. So let's get this straight. I'll just put it this way and make it very easy. You don't get to go from living in your car to a Ferrari. This league has never made money. Never. Not
And the
once.
league started in 1996, right?
Yes, and the league is subsidized by the NBA. The year before,
Well, they were losing what, 20 million a year, at least.
The year that Caitlin Clark came in the league, it was 40 million.
Wow.
They lost. So you guys want the top pay for a couple of seasons. And so to put that in perspective, I Googled a pic of something, and I found quite, it shows what we've talked about with Caitlin Clark, basically.
Yeah.
As soon as I want something to work, it won't work.
Sure.
Good old technology.
Of course. I mean, either you're with it or against it. And you'd rather be with it because technology advancing faster than we can catch up, it seems.
So to start the year before Caitlin Clark, you're looking at the most viewed team pages by state. Most of them were the aces, and then obviously within some of the states they had their own team that was being Googled by people or looked at their team pages being followed. The year after Caitlin Clark, basically every state except 2, 4, 6, 7 states, the most Googled team was the Indiana Fever. So don't try to tell me that it's not just that one person. It was just that one person. Now everybody's getting to recognize that there's all these other really great players too, and it's not their fault that we weren't watching, but here's your golden goose. And they are just messing this up. So it's unbelievable, because right now, I'm not a big fan of the commissioner. I think she's out of her realm. I think this league has gotten too big, really popular, really fast.
Trent, neither am I. She's got the personality of a prune. I can't believe how somebody, it must be nepotism or something. I don't know what it is.
It was obvious. It was obvious they weren't prepared, and you think they would have been prepared for it. They should have seen the numbers in college. The most watched college basketball games, men or women, were Caitlin Clark. You should have been prepared to go, okay, here's what's coming. We're going to have all these new fans.
It's really surprising, isn't it? It's really quite shocking that they just didn't get it. And let me ask you this question, and this is not a racial question, although a lot of people would think it is. If Caitlin Clark wasn't so white, with supposed white privilege from Iowa, and she was, a European or from Zimbabwe or a darker athlete, would we be having this same conversation right now?
I highly doubt it.
Yeah. So it is race. It is racism. It's reverse racism.
It's not racism on the president of the league and stuff, because like I'm saying, they're supposed to be business people. They should have seen this coming and been prepared for it, and they should have been negotiating this stuff they're talking about right now.
Right.
This deal should have been basically ready to sign.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I mean, obviously the prices needed to go up, and Caitlin needed to get healthy, and the league's growing, and it's growing throughout the world. So I mean, the question is, why weren't they ready? What is their excuse?
I'll tell you what the excuse is. The excuse is by the players, because what the players did was they went out, a few of them. One of them
started their own league.
Started their own little 3-on-3 league, which is trash. By the way.
I saw a little bit, Trent. I couldn't watch it, man. Sorry.
Right. And they've got a bunch of sponsorship that's paying them money, so the women are making money and they're getting to stay home. But this is your livelihood. They're trying to add 2 new teams. They haven't even been able to sign any. They even haven't been able to have the supplemental draft, right, where the teams protect so many players, and then Toronto and Portland get to draft. They haven't even been able to get to do that yet.
Well, it'd be Portland and Toronto this year, no?
this is going to hurt Toronto and Portland. Hopefully management figures it out so it doesn't hurt them. Like they do well in the supplemental draft in picking players. But you're going to end up getting this deal signed a month before the season's supposed to start, and they're going to have to draft their players and try to put all those pieces together in like 3 weeks to be ready for a season. And it's not going to be. They're going to stink. You watch.
Honestly, I can't believe we're talking about this. To be honest,
it's unbelievable with the opportunity that is being missed.
It's ineptitude. It's unprofessional ineptitude, and it's lazy, and it's shocking that we're even talking about it.
That's crazy. And then like we've talked about college kids, right? Like the college game right now. There's so many players, girls coming into this into this league.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
These players that have been in the league.
Yeah,
it's just gonna get better. Like get your shit together. Like,
no kidding.
It's brutal, dude. Like, I'll tell right now too. I'll just say, people, if you watch any women's college basketball, check out Texas. Madison Booker plays for Texas. She wears Kevin Durant's 35, and she is a mid-range fiend. She only shoots like 25% from three, but she gets to all of her spots 16, 17 feet, 15 feet, and is just like Durant that way. Just scores in bunches from there. Just a really wonderful player to watch. Really, really good.
We're going to do just a quick interjection, Trent. We talked about this too. We're going to do a preseason WNBA breakdown of all the teams and players, and we're going to go through all of the new drafts coming in, because Trent is totally right. Once he got me hooked on the WNBA and watching it, the talent level is far better than I expected and even noticed prior to Caitlin coming into the league. And then, of course, some of the young ladies that are in the NCAA Division I, even Division II, and some of the Europe ladies that are over in FIBA, wanting to maybe cross over into the WNBA and do exactly what the NBA has been doing. And it's really becoming a sport that's 365 days a year, 24/7. And we'll do that episode later. But what you're telling about in the CBA is that there's a possibility. I mean, when is the date that this supposedly gets sorted?
Well, they got a moratorium on it now, so they're not even. They're just. They're
and the league starts when approximately?
Middle of May, end of May.
Okay, so there's a little bit of time, but still.
I'm just saying, it's not going to be fair to those two expansion teams.
No, of course not. Well, I mean, look at the Vancouver Grizzlies, how they got screwed by the NBA when they expanded. The only team that got treated that way, by the way.
Well, Toronto, too, because they both got like the 6th and 7th pick. Like, why didn't they get 1st and 2nd? Like,
Toronto got the same thing as well? I don't remember that.
Toronto got the 6th pick. They picked Stoudemire before we.
Oh, no, I remember that. That was, I don't know why. Terrible pick.
But I'll be honest with you, that wasn't great. If you go back, if you actually go back and look at that draft, it's not that great of a draft.
No.
It really wasn't.
Well, that's why none of them are in the league anymore.
Yeah. So, but moving on, go check out Madison Booker. If you want to know more about what the CBA, what the league has been offering the women and what they're countering, go check that out online. It's all in there. Both sides are bothering me in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I told you, the ownership, but not necessarily the ownership, but their employee, which is the president of the league, she works for the owners. The ownership, them not being prepared for what was coming, for one, knowing that and the thing is,
which there's no excuse for.
These women that were in the league, they should have been so excited that Caitlin Clark, when Caitlin Clark was coming into the league, they should have been so excited when they knew she was coming, knowing that, hey, we have a new CBA in 2 years. Let's build this. They could have lifted her up. Instead, they beat the shit out of her.
Quite literally, physically, mentally, and the refereeing was atrocious towards her.
They have messed this up so bad.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, there's going to be more. We're going to get more into this, and we always like to start. This is our second season now, and we always like to start off with the WNBA because we want to, show appreciation for this league, and we want the league to thrive. And grow, and the fact that this is all happening is maybe it's growing pains, and they're not growing. But I think once they get through this CBA and get Caitlin back healthy, and this 3-3 leg probably falling into a demise in the season or two, you don't want to see that. But I watched it a little bit, and I just couldn't watch it. I could not watch it. It's kind of a cool idea, but no thanks. Trent, was there anything else you want to close up with the WNBA?
No. Go check out some college basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, check out Unrivaled. Maybe you like it. I don't.
I've checked it out. Yeah, I definitely check it out. You might like it. It's a different format. It's 3-3 full court. It's not the same size of the NBA. An NBA court is sort of 92 feet long by 52 feet or something. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what it is, but you know what? We know what the NBA is, and we know what the Yahoo Fantasy Basketball season is.
Just so if you check out the Unrivaled, Angel Reese is still Angel Reese.
Yeah, no, listen, let's not talk about her. I'm not a big fan of her at all. I honestly, I cannot stand. You can just see what you can tell by the way she acts and the way she holds herself. She thinks she's the Queen of Egypt, man. It's incredible. But listen, there's a fine line in what we do and broadcasting and having a podcast is we have an opinion, and it's just our opinion. It doesn't mean that everybody hates her, but for the most part, she seems like a really miserable. She has a very high opinion of herself, and there's that fine line, as I've mentioned many times, and the arrogance. The perception of arrogance, it's such a fine line between confidence, but the difference between confidence and arrogance is a confident person can hold themselves accountable and be professional and still be likable. These people that are arrogant and have attitudes and they think they're amazing and it just doesn't work, but they're young, man. These kids are like these young folks that they're 20, 21, 22 years old. I didn't know what I was doing until I was 27, until I got my license. I got my license at 27. I mean, I'm just a late bloomer. But anyways, thanks for the intro, Trent. That was we're going to be following that quite a bit. I would like to get into Week 13, 2025-26 NBA Hoops, Season 2, all basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley. And we're going to talk about the schedule breakdown because that is the prelim for a Yahoo NBA Fantasy Basketball, which will be our next segment. And the schedule breakdown for Week 13, the season is going by very quickly. The only team, Trent, with 5 games is your least favorite team in the NBA, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers. They have 5 games, which is very unusual. And they have everybody's healthy, and they had 3-game losing streak, and they just absolutely destroyed Atlanta last night. Played fantastic. LeBron came out of retirement, and at 41 had almost a triple-double with over 30, almost 10 dimes, and 11 boards. He was just 41, dude, and he was getting up and down the court. It was incredible.
His own patch on his shoulder, just him, only his own patch.
Well, I mean, like I say, Trent's not a big fan. I think he's one of the greatest players in the history of the game, and it's good for the and you know what? He's had a great run, but it's time to move on and take over ownership of the new Vegas franchise. Because I know he won't take the Vancouver franchise, or he won't take whatever the third team's going to be, probably Seattle. He doesn't want to go to Vancouver, Seattle. He wants to be in Vegas.
Well, he's going to own it in Vegas. Club Sports, they're right in cahoots with the league. That's why they got Bronny to draft. And
oh, yeah. And by the way, on a separate note with the LA Lakers, 2 players were suspended from the LA Lakers for going out and partying last night. They both phoned in lame excuses, and the team have cameras in the gym facility, and they have cameras in the hotels. They were at home. They went out and got hammered. Dalton Connect and Braun's son. Holy smokes. Coach, yeah, no, he went out and they just got blasted. They got hammered. They did whatever they want to do. The team found out. They suspended them. Coach is not happy. And you're going to see both of them get traded very soon. And Braun's not going to be happy having his son traded. So we'll see what happens. But the Lakers are the only team with 5 games. So really, if you don't have Luka and you don't have LeBron, Austin Reeves is still injured with just another calf contusion from hell. It's just destroying the league. Soft core tissue injuries is out of control. 4 games. If you have players on Brooklyn, Charlotte, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Houston, Indiana, New Orleans, Portland, Sacramento, Toronto, and Utah, they got 4 games. So in fantasy basketball, 4 games is good. 5 games can be good if you got the right players, but if you need a filler, there's a couple of guys. I'll go into that in the next segment, which is Waiver Wired Connected, and that's where we pick up from a Yahoo NBA Fantasy Basketball. We run the waivers, and we try to build our lineups. And 3 games, which is not too bad, depending on how many players you got. Can be okay, depending on what days those are. So if they're not busy days, that can be better for your team. If you've got 12 games going, and all of a sudden you find yourself 8-1, and you're doing really well to start the week, and the guy you're playing against has more players that go off, and next thing you know it, you're down 6-3 from 8-1. So it's just the challenge of really understanding the schedule breakdown. 3 teams. 3 games: Atlanta, Boston, Cleveland, Golden State Warriors, Clippers, Miami, Minnesota, New York, OKC, Philly, Phoenix, the Sacktown, the sorry Sacktown. Man, I don't know what's going on with that franchise. It's crazy. And Washington. 2 games. My goodness, if you've got players on 2 games, you want to either cut them, or if they're really good players and they're on decent, if they're on like a Tuesday, Thursday, and keep them. But that's Detroit, Memphis, Milwaukee, and Orlando. That kind of sucks, and that can really change the dynamics of your fantasy. We play 9-category fantasy Yahoo NBA. We're in 10-team leagues, and there's 9 categories, and you play against 1 team for the week. And when I played against Trent, my co-host of the most, he destroyed me 8-1. And he didn't even lean into me. Usually he just he'll just do something crazy, right?
But if you're a Pistons person and you have both Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, you gotta keep them, and they're both injured.
And they're both, which is just, and I have them both on multiple teams, and it's.
I am first place in that league with
I know.
Team, but I'm losing this week right now. It's just like
I'm in first place in 2 other leagues. I'm in second place in 2 leagues and third place in 4 leagues of my 8 teams. So it's it's hard, man, and this takes us right into the Waiver Wired Connected, Trent. This is week 13 of Yahoo NBA Fantasy Basketball. And if you're ready to pick up some players, here's some guys I would recommend. So the situation in Memphis is the big Canadian kid, mountain man, 7'4", 320 pounds, who I love, is out for another 6 weeks on top of the 6 weeks that he already took off. And that's for the ankle surgery he had. He was off for 10, 12 games to start the year. So when you're a 300-pound plus dude at 7'4", and you're having ankle issues this early in his career, it could be really devastating. I hope nothing happens to him. But because of him and Ja Morant, guess what? Ja Morant is injured again.
No.
And it's the calf. You know what? If he doesn't want to play, he'll just go to the assistant coach, call him up, and say, that dodgy calf of mine's acting up again. He's missed 11 games. So in the meantime, and by the way, he's being traded. Ja Morant, they've fed up. They're going to try to get a bucket for him, a boatload. But you know what? They're not going to get a boatload or a bucket. There's already a couple of rumors.
Please don't do it, Raptors. Please don't do it.
No, the Heat really want him. And they're willing to give up some pretty good players.
You think he's bad in Memphis? You're going to put that guy down.
No, but they think the whole Heat culture will help him.
Oh yeah, Heat culture. Okay.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I don't even want to talk about the guy because I can't stand him. But I do want to talk about his replacement. Yeah. And I told you about them in past episodes. Both Spencer brothers, they're twins by the way, are coming off the number 1 and 2 in the history of NCAA Division lacrosse. Cam Spencer, and his brother are number 1 and 2. Well, Cam got picked up by the Memphis Grizzlies and has been starting as a point guard the last 5 games and has been playing fantastic. He's a heady, prolific point guard. He's a cerebral, intelligent, sort of like the point guards from the 70s and 80s, like Tiny Archibald. He runs the show.
Well, let's be honest. I'd be more like Matt Maloney, that kind of player.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than Matt, though. But Cam Spencer in the last 2 games and both were wins, had 11 assists, and 1 game he had no turnovers, and the other he had 2. So that's a huge advantage. He was averaging 13 points, 6 assists, made threes, great shooting percentages. He is not a gangster, for sure, and he is not an egotist. He is just an amazing amazingly talented and just the ultimate competitor. So if he's available on the waiver wire, scoop him. I got him on 3 teams, and he's been playing really well. As I mentioned, John Morant's injured, and again, on the trading block, he will be gone, if not tomorrow, in the next 2 weeks. He's not going to get a lot, but there are a few teams. Miami's interested. The Bucks are interested. In Sacramento, of course, they're interested in every guard in the NBA. They only got 7 guards already, so I don't know why they wouldn't want to get a big.
Lakers the other night, though.
Oh, my God. And for shower leads, you've got the other kid on Memphis, too. I have to bring him up because I put him in the list here. And I picked him up last week, and as soon as I picked him up, the night before I picked him up, or the day I picked him up, he blew out his ankle. And that's Cedric Coward, who's had a really amazing career run. And he is healthy, and he's back at it. And Coward is in a really promising situation at Memphis, as I mentioned with Cam Spencer as well, because they're both guards. Coward is the 2 guard / small forward, and Cam Spencer they love playing together because Cam knows how to drop dimes and get everybody involved, and he's not an egotist. So Coward is a promising situation, taking calls, and basically the Grizzlies look like they're trending towards a rebuild, and which is why I think they're going to probably get rid of Jared Jackson Jr. and John Morant and just say, screw it. Let's just get a boat, let's build, and let's start over. Other teams have done it successfully. Not many. We're going to try it. But Coward has been averaging 17 points, 8.5 rebounds, which from that shooting guard position, rebounding is really hard to find. Con Knipple gives me an idea of someone like that, or Kaishan with the Washington. He averages 7 rebounds a game and 16 points. Those are a couple players that, just off the top of my head, seem to sort of follow in that. And basically, getting into it, we're looking at a player that Trent picked up and told me about, and I personally have been ignoring him from the beginning of the season because I think he was a crap pick. However, he is now Toronto's starting center. Undersized, albeit, but starting. And if his first game starting, and he was, by the way, out and not even playing, not even in the rotation, was injured, he went in, and he's a rookie. And I'll get into the rookie list when we're going to talk about the top 7-8 rookies in the NBA a little bit later in the show. But I had to mention him because Trent picked him up, and I said, what the hell? I needed centers. He is center and power forward designated. Yeah. Colin Murray Boyles. The rookie just... What's that?
I picked him up within 5 minutes on both teams.
I know. I saw that. I was going to get him on one. We're on 2 teams together, and he already scooped. Trent gets up earlier than me, and... I guess that's the way it's going to be. But he came back and he dropped a 17 point, 15 rebound, 6 block game on Sunday. And obviously had a very good night's sleep and, of course, wasn't playing. Has a lot of juice running through his veins because the big Austrian, Jakob Poeltl, has just really had a horrific year. He's been injured. His back has always been a problem. And the big 7-footer had his record year last year. And it's just amazing how in the NBA a guy can't even follow up a good season because of injuries and a bad back. It's sad. I like Jakob Poeltl. I actually met him when he was younger. I played in Austria for 2 years after I left the BBL. And Jakob was a lot younger, but everyone knew him because he was like, what was he? He was like 14, and he was playing professional basketball already in Austria.
What's the young kid from Toronto's name again?
Sorry?
What's the young kid from Toronto's name again?
The one I was just talking about?
Yeah, rookie. Yeah.
Oh, Colin Murray Boyles?
Yeah, so he is about 6'7" at best.
Yeah, at best.
But the wingspan of a guy like that's 7'2", super long arms, and he's a big, thick guy. So he's, you know what? Maybe he turns out, if they play him in a power forward spot at most of his career, he actually could probably be a pretty good NBA player.
Do you know who he reminds me of? I want to say the Matrix, Sean Marion. At 6'7", undersized, but quick jumper and long arms.
He's a lot bigger, though.
Oh, he's bigger physically. I'm just talking about the arms and the body shape. They're the same height.
Yeah.
And his arms hang down below his kneecap, and they say he has the 4th longest wingspan in the NBA. So
thinking more of a more athletic version or a longer version of Corliss Williamson. That's kind of what I was thinking. That thicker body, Byron Houston back in the day, that undersized
good Lord.
guy.
You're trying to undermine the kid already. Marion's a better thing. Corliss is okay, but he was average at best. Now, the thing that's going on is Brandon Ingram is injured. We want to talk about the Raptors, and we will talk about the Toronto WNBA team. And let me just finish this, and I'll give you a little, you can just chime in on this. Brandon Ingram is injured. There's a possibility he plays tonight, and it looks like RJ Barrett they're going to trade him. Because RJ is another one of these guys that plays strong every year, is injured, disappears, and I think Toronto's just getting tired of it. And he's been doing it every team he's been on, and he's had a really good start of the year, so he'll be in demand. And plus, they've got so many wings in that team; it's not like they're going to miss him. Although they might miss his 21 points a game, but Toronto's going to need Barrett's versatility, and they have 4 games this week. And for deeper leagues. A player that I want to bring up on the Nuggets because they've just been decimated by injuries, and thank God Aaron Gordon's come back and Peyton Watson's turned his sitting on the bench, not playing at all, into probably a $40-50 million 4-year contract, and good for him because he's playing out of his mind. But the big man, the only big man left on the team before Aaron Gordon came back, and he's designated power forward and center, is Zeke Nagy. And Zeke's a big beanpole, 6'11", long arms, typical NBA kid, probably 200 pounds, 210 pounds. But, he's only 10% rostered right now, and the center position in fantasy basketball is one of the hardest ones to fill in, to find consistency. Now, this is not going to be consistency pickup. This is just a roster filler for the week. And Najee played really well. I mean, he's under 10% rostered right now, but Denver's front court is beat up. Aaron Gordon is back, and he should be playing tonight, and he's healthy. Hopefully, we'll see how long that hamstring, because his hamstring is trouble. Brown is back, but he'd been out for so long with ankle.
He injured himself the other night.
I know. He's back. It's just amazing. But Najee has been thriving. He's been putting in the work because Vacilonis, he came in once Joker went down, and he had an amazing first game, dropping dimes, rebounding, block shots, hitting threes. Then he blows out his freaking ankle in the third quarter of the game, and I picked him up on 4 teams. I just wasted a pick for an entire week. It's just unbelievable, man. But Najee is finishing right now at 51st, believe it or not. Just hard to believe. In 9 category leagues in week 12. He's been both efficient and productive and continues to be slept on. Make sure he's not on your waiver wire. Use him while you can. Trey Jones. We've mentioned him. Both Trent and I have been flirting with Trey Jones on and off throughout the year because he actually is strong. Josh Giddey is still out, but there is rumor that Josh might be playing tonight because he's been back, and so we'll see. Now, if Giddey comes back, Jones goes back to the bench, or Ayew goes back to the bench. Who knows? But in the meantime, if Giddey is not playing, Jones has been playing really well. And he's carving out anywhere from the mid-20s to 30s, which in fantasy is where you want a player that is a starting point guard. And he's also an underrated rebounder. He's an efficient guard who can fill the stat sheet, and he doesn't give you a lot of turnovers. He can shoot the 3. And Chicago has a 4-game week, and their backcourt is like more holes than Swiss cheese. And then Toronto, back to the Toronto Raptors again, just for a second, only because I'm not a big fan of this player, but Trent is, and he brings him up quite a bit, and that's Jamal Shed as a point guard for the Raptors. Only 6% rostered, but injuries have opened more minutes up in Toronto and every other team in the NBA, of course. And Shed came out on Sunday, and he played 37 minutes, and his best game of the year. He had 22 points, 6 assists, 2 threes, and just 1 turnover, and the coach let him in. Now, the coach loves him. Coach Darko loves him.
Plays D.
Yeah. Oh, he plays D and he's thick. And essentially, you gotta give him a look. And again, it's just a filler. He's over 100. He's over 120 in the 9 category leagues, and he'll be a cheap source of scoring and assist for the time that you need him for. If it's 1 or 2 games, go ahead. A very similar player with the Lakers playing 5 games, I have to recommend is Marcus Smart. He's not injured for once, and he's been playing quite well. And he's one of the few Lakers, one of the few Lakers that actually plays hardcore defense and gets in it. and steals. And at the end of the day, his efficiency leaves a lot to be desired. Can't shoot, although he's a better shooter now. Excuse me. And he's good for assists and steals. And it's a 5-game week, so again, plug and play. And that's essentially it for the. I do have a couple of guys that I wanted to bring up that are sort of like fringe guys that you don't really think about, and sometimes it's not worth even mentioning. But I just wanted to watch some deep stashes. And one kid I've been watching quite a bit is Jeremiah Fears, the point guard for the New Orleans Pelicans. They're talking about moving Poole again. And because they believe that the guy that they gave up 4 firsts to Atlanta for, way too much, Murray is finally coming back from his Achilles tendon snap. The question is, we don't know when. So Jeremiah Fears has been playing really well recently. He's only playing 27 minutes a game, but you know, it's someone to consider. They've got 4 games this week. There's another rookie named Caleb Love that has been going off on the bench for the Portland. Did you almost pick him up?
Almost picked him up the other day, yeah.
But you're not a Fears fan, so you wouldn't pick him up though, right? Because you don't need a point guard.
He was a good player at college. Played at Alabama.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, absolutely.
I have no problem with him. He's a nice player.
And Jason Kidd has a point guard problem in the Dallas Mavericks, and that he looks at his 4 or 5 point guards. Well, not Kyrie because he's still injured, but they got 4 point guards, like legitimate point guards, and he doesn't. He looks at all 4 of them and he just shakes his head. Now he's one of the best point guards in the history of the NBA, and top 10 in assists in the history of the NBA. He just shakes his head, and that's why he started Cooper Flagg. Because he couldn't get any sort of... Well, he changed his mind when he let Ryan Nembhard, the younger brother of the Nembhard over in the Pacers, and all of a sudden he's fell in love with this kid. He goes, he's the only guard in our team that knows who he is. This is what Kidd said about his other guards. Personally, I don't think that's a really good comment to say, but maybe that's just to shake everybody up, to keep everybody on their toes. And then the last one who's been very inconsistent but has shown flashes of brilliance is Dylan Harper. And even though he's coming off the bench, as soon as Vassell comes back, because Champagny has been taking Vassell's spot, then Harper's going to go back to the bench, and he's been almost off the bench. He hasn't been really doing anything. Yeah. And that is the waiver wire connected, Trent.
Well, I'm just about done with the Raptors. Ingram played the other night, so he's okay. It's unfortunate with RJ because he was probably having his best season as an NBA player. Right?
Yeah.
And
but he always starts. If he's not injured, he always starts off strong and then disappears.
Just this year has been probably his best season overall, right? Consistency-wise. And
the first 25 games. Yeah.
Yeah, it showed in the Raptors' record. They had a really nice system going on, all that length and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's a little bit frustrating. I actually snuck in and picked up Russell Westbrook from Sacramento, knowing that they had those 4 games this week. Yeah. I snuck and picked him up. He had a nice game the other night for me, so that was good.
Sorry, who did you pick up that you?
Russell Westbrook.
I saw that. I mean, it's amazing. At 37, he's still putting these kind of numbers up, and
great shape. Yeah, so I picked him up, and they had 4 games. I was like, all right. And I actually got rid of Colin Sexton. I've had enough of him.
Me too.
I'm sorry, bud. I want to root for you. Yeah. And I liked you as a player in college, how hard you played. And I'm good on the fantasy part.
Yeah, I'm the same too. And I like him as well, but I mean, he's on the wrong team. If he was starting like he was at Utah for most of the year, he can put up some numbers.
Yeah. And then the other guy I'm ready. I actually am about to probably do a free agent pickup right now as we're talking. But I'm done. Cam Thomas has got to the point too of can't play back-to-backs.
Dude, what happened to him?
I don't know, dude. But the problem
hamstring.
But the issue with him as a fantasy player, excuse me, I was going to sneeze.
He's a chuck.
He only scores. He doesn't get rebounds and steals and assists. And I can go pick up somebody that scores 6 less points than him, but gets 4 more rebounds and 3 or 4 more assists and a steal and a half more and a block more than him. It's not worth having a 35 or a 40 point outburst and not get any other empty stats, right?
Unless there's 2 leagues that you could pick up someone if he's healthy, and that is the new league called High Point.
Yes, I
and or the scoring only leagues.
You're right. Yeah.
So but you're absolutely right. I completely concur with you. I'm just saying if you're in a High Point league, but I mean, why would you pick him up if you're High Point league? And guys, he's not even playing, right?
So like, there's just so many guys that are. I'm getting really tired of this game time decisions and out one game. Like I think Zubac's out tonight for the Clippers.
Yeah, and another thing, Trent, really quick, man. What is everybody taking sick days? Eat properly, wash your hands, take vitamins. I mean, these guys don't take care of themselves, man.
They don't want to play. Yeah, they just don't want to play back to back. They're lazy. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking that with all the games that New Orleans have, the thing about fears too is Alvarado there is hurt right now as well. Yeah. He's getting even more a little bit more minutes, right? Yeah. The other guy that's back,
Alvarado's the only one that's going to eat into his minutes anyways.
The other guy who just came back from injury and had a nice night the first night was Sadiq Bey. So he had a nice game here the other night. So he's back. Yeah,
he is back, and Sadiq has had a really, really good year, and his best year. In fact, he wants to get paid.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. If he's playing the way he is at 15 points and 7 rebounds, a couple of dimes, and he plays 30-plus minutes, he hardly ever gets injured. He can shoot the 3. He plays great D. Physically, he's just a beast, strength-wise. He's built like LeBron. And I like him. Yeah.
So so we know, as I said that, I just picked up Sadiq Bey and got rid of Cam Thomas. He's
that was. Oh, I didn't realize you were still holding on to Cam because he's been playing anyways. Yeah. No, that was a good pickup.
I was just hoping. You got to have a little hope, right? He's such a good player.
for sure. You gotta hold and he's playing tonight too. So when you pick up a player, it's always nice to have somebody that you ate one of your spots and he plays tonight.
Yeah, he's got 3 more games this week.
So, exactly. That's why I was talking about fears, right? And him and.
And so does Thomas. Brooklyn has 4 games this week, but he'll probably miss one of them.
And I'll talk about another New Orleans player very shortly when we go into the rookies. You want me to do the rookie thing, or do you got some more?
Go for it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so the rookie of the year, I normally we don't talk about it, but we're almost 30 games into the season right now. We're about a third of the way through the season, and you get a really good indication at this stage in the NBA of who the top 5. And usually I just go top 5, 6, 7 players because a couple of those players are probably in the 7th and 6th position.
That's about
Well, I'm going to go 6 and 7 because of exactly what I was just trying to say, because they were so close and what's going on. But obviously the number 1 NBA player right now, the rookie of the year, early, has had a really slow start of the year, and then the last 10, 12, 14 games has really picked it up. And if you look at it's interesting, if you look at his stats from Duke and all the stats, and then you look at his stats now on Dallas in the NBA, they're virtually all the same, except he's just gone to the best league in the world, supposedly. And at 6'9", and he's a 19-year-old, but he's got the mind and brain of a grown man. His parents have done an incredible job raising him. He's a phenomenal. He's my guess for the rookie of the year. I said it in the beginning of the year, and I say it now. But when I said in the beginning of the year, I didn't see, how. And at first, I was like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" The first 5, 6, 7 games were brutal. But at the end of the day, when you're playing for the Mavericks, you have to just if it's Jason Kidd, and there's a few coaches in the NBA, and their rotations are an absolute nightmare to decipher in fantasy basketball because you never know who's going to play. And a PJ Washington has yet another ankle injury. He's had 7 ankle injuries so far this year, and we played 30 games. I still pick him up because he gets center designation, and with the brow looking like he fractured another part of his hand.
I picked up Najee Marshall, actually. He's been playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I picked up on Dallas. I had PJ for a while, but you can't keep PJ's not worth keeping while he's injured.
No, PJ will have 2 good games and then blow his ankle out and he's gone for 8 days.
We're talking about Cooper Flag. That's who you're picking for rookie of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's number 1. That's who I got number 1. And number 2, I've got VJ Edgecombe. He had 11 games off a couple of niggling injuries. He's a legitimate 6'6". He plays demon defense. And 9 category rank, he is actually ranked 45th in the NBA. And since December's check-in, Edgecombe has been a beast in 9-cat formats. He's been providing second-round value over the last month, and that's what I was getting to, because Coach Nick Nurse loves him, and he's playing 30, 32, 33 minutes a game, like Grimes, who I believe you picked up as well. And he's averaging nearly 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 stocks, actually 3.5 stocks a game. And for those that don't know, stocks are steals and blocks put together. And he is tenacious on defense. And these kids out of Baylor, I don't know what is going on with that program, but it's like Villanova. There's just something going on special, and he is incredible. I got him number 2. Number 3, who was number 1 until he got taken off, is Con Kneppel out of Duke as well. Small forward and shooting guard. In 9 category ranks, he is just dropped a little bit to 69th, which is still phenomenal. Con moved into the 3 spot this month after maintaining the status quo from the prior month. The high-scoring forward shooting guard improved 1 place to in High Point or High Score League, which is not a league that we play. It's just solely on scoring and shooting percentages. And now he's in slot 69, which is fantastic. That's where I drafted him. I got him in the 6th and 7th round of
legitimate 6'7" shooting guard.
Yeah,
and
he's smart. He's unselfish. He has incredible intelligence. He's so
like a bigger version of Chris Mullin.
I love it. Yeah, and his 9 category dropped a little bit, 2 slots, but don't worry about that because look at the team he's playing for. And he's actually playing point guard when Ball gets injured once again. Not a significant drop-off in any means, but Knuppel is, in my opinion, in 4th in the NBA in total threes made, which is, by the way, a record for a rookie in the NBA. He was the first to do it. In the short time that he did it, nobody expected he was going to be this prolific of a shooter, although he's got a beautiful stroke, so I don't really know what's going on. But he benefits every time LaBelle gets hurt, as I was mentioning. And, the thing about Kneppel is no one talks about him. And I think you even mocked me a couple of times on, like, how are you going to enunciate his name properly without being rude? But
nobody cares. That's the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's averaging 19 points, 4.5 3-point assists. He's got stocks. He's about 30 minutes a night. And he is outperforming expectations at this point. He has a unique combination of efficiency and such high 3-point, which is very rare in the NBA. I love him. My next player, I love him probably more than I love any of the players I've mentioned, the rookies so far. I fallen in love with this kid, and his name's Derek Queen. And he is the center power forward that New Orleans had to give. Man, they gave a lot away. They gave a couple of first-round picks just to move up to get him at 13th. Yep. And Queen's moving up in the rookie hierarchy, entering the top 80 in high score. We don't do high score, but he's not that far off in the 9 category leagues. He just posted his second triple-double in a couple of the games, amassing 60 points, the second highest mark of the season. Since December, he's been averaging nearly 5 more fantasy points per game, up to almost 40 fantasy points a game for a rookie playing his position. He's slow as molasses. He plays below the rim, but he is a triple-double, a walking triple-double for a center, from the center. Scores 13 points, 19 rebounds, and he drops dimes like a millionaire. I love him. And keep an eye on him. If he's available, still, grab him. Excuse me. Let me just get some tea here. Agreed. And then my last one, I guess I'm talking too much.
Yep.
My last one would be Cedric Coward, who we also mentioned, and I would finish it off with the big center, Ryan Cockbrenner. The center for the Hornets has been out for 11 games, but in his when you go out in the NBA for 11 games, and all of a sudden their backup center has probably one of his best games of his career. He had 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 blocks. The day that Cockbrenner was going to come back, he was their starting center at 25, 26 points a game Now it's going to be shared at center committee, I guess. And those are the ones I got. Trent, is there anyone that you wanted to bring up that you really like?
No, I mean, it's a pretty short list. It's like 4 or 5 guys. Once you get past 4, number 5 and 6 are going to have to just go absolutely bonkers to be the rookie of the year. I mean, there's basically right now, I think it's 4 guys that it's between, and I think that's Flag, Edgecombe, Knuppel, and Derek Queen. Those are the 4 I think are really right now that.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a couple other guys that are floating around. You'll see what happens. Sure. But, I mean, there's still 50 games left or 48 games or whatever. And, Trent, so are we going to freestyle? We're going to go into the West and East and break down the movers and shakers, the losers and winners.
there's a lot of losers.
Oh God! And we try to be positive. Trust me. And this is we're not okay. Yes, I used to play professional. We're not professional. We're just hardcore hoop junkies. We're basketball enthusiasts. Trent and I have been friends for over 40 years. And we've been doing this together ever since I first met him. We've been talking hoops because Trent's a sports guy. So am I. But Trent's way more of a sports guy than I am. I just kind of just follow basically basketball. Basketball and a little bit of golf. And Trent, so who would you like to start off with? You want to start off with the West? You want to start off with the East?
Well, let's go with the East. I mean, I think it's good to see that the Raptors kind of got a little bit more consistent. A lot of teams in the East are like 6-4 and 5-5 in the last 10. Actually,
that's true.
The only team. Yeah, I mean that's the best record is a 6-4 over the last 10 in the East. I mean, Detroit's still maintaining their record. The Knicks are still. I mean, the same teams are there. Toronto's jumped up a couple spots. Even after getting blown out by Philly. They beat Philly that close game the other night. They just got blown out that last night, or 2 nights ago. Philadelphia, again, how Philadelphia is doing it. I think Nick Nurse is a great coach. He's proven that before.
Yeah.
And he's got those guys playing basketball. Tyrone Maxey's having the best year of his basketball life right now.
Do you know he's leading the NBA in minutes? He's almost 40 minutes a game.
Crazy. Oh, he's just all over the place.
But he's an all-star. I voted him for an all-star this year. He's great.
The only thing that drives me nuts about the NBA sometimes is that this is his first real big year, and he's already getting star calls, and it's kind of like, holy dude. There's a couple calls against Toronto. It's just like, this guy, who is this guy? Like,
yeah, we're not going to talk about the refs too much, otherwise it'd be a lot of vulgarity.
Orlando was 5-5, but they got Wagner back, so that should be good for them.
But Franz Wagner is still injured.
Biggest disappointment to me in the East, honestly, even though they're in the 7th spot right now, which would be play-in games, and they're only a game or half a game behind Orlando. But I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, dude. I'm tired of blaming just injuries. There's something going on there. Like, I don't know what it is. I think after those 2 years, these last 2 years of them being so close, I don't know. I think they might not be there this year. I mean, unless they get it together, because I don't know what's going on there.
I think the coach is. I think he had the team, and I don't think he has it anymore. And I think there's an issue going on. There's an issue going on with the Fro, and he is just not feeling the coach, and the coach is not. The Fro doesn't get any touches. He gets no plays run for him. And
but he's not that player. Let's be honest.
No, I disagree. I think on the right team, he's a 15-15 guy and 3 blocks a game. Yeah, I do on the right team, and I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan, but it's not the Fro's fault. They have no bench. Everybody's injured, and the backcourt, 2 dynamic basketball players that just do not know how to play together, and Darius is always injured. He's got that toe injury, and he's so inconsistent. And then of course you've got the rock star he doesn't really get anyone else involved. He's taking 28 shots a game. He's not really and he's
a very one-dimensional player.
He is a scoring machine. And he's very athletic, and he's also injury prone. But I agree with you. From the first season, last season, we talked about it, and we thought that they were going to be on a very similar trajectory as OKC, as they were before the injuries started to mount up. And again, the new coach comes in the first year, captivates. They go for almost 70 wins. Everything's looking butter. And then the second year, they traded almost their entire bench away. And then all the guys they picked up are not doing anything on the bench. There's guys that haven't played a game this year that are on the bench, that are 20, 25-minute guys.
And then I like that, obviously, the big news between our last episode and this one with Trey, your boy Trey Young getting traded. That's your guy. To Washington.
Just terrible. It could have been any of the other 29 teams, but he goes to Washington, and Washington's not going to play him.
And he said he wanted to go there.
I know. And you know why they're not going to play him?
Well, they've
got two first-round picks, and one of the picks is top 8 protected. Yep. And if they win too many games, that top 8 protected first pick goes to the Knicks. And they're more interested in doing that. Well, then they're saying, well, we're going to bring them along slow. Why? Why? Because Kispert and McCulloch were playing for Atlanta last night. And there's nothing wrong with Trey. And so they say, oh, well, we're going to pick up his $46 million.
Yeah.
Why don't you trade him to some team that could use him and let them pick up his $46 million? What are you going to do? You're going to pay him $46 million. He still has another 2 years on his deal. And then you're not going to play him this year? That doesn't make any sense.
Just so everybody's watching, Paul just wants him to be a Laker so bad.
Honestly, I just want him to fucking play, Trent. Okay? I've got him on 3 teams.
I'll tell you right now, I like, from what I'm seeing, if
he's a 20 and 10 guy.
Right now,
he's the only one in the NBA that can do 20 and 10.
I like that Atlanta saying, you know what?
I can't even play him because they're not playing him. And they want to pay him $46 million not to play him?
Take a deep breath. I don't want you to have a jammer.
No, I'm not going to have a fucking jammer. I'm just tired of the bullshit, man.
So, I actually like that Atlanta is giving the keys to Jalen Johnson. That guy's like a top 10 player in the league right now.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that, but I tell you what, look at their bench. And they're already talking about getting rid of Richesse. He's injured once again.
I like what's his name? That Krejci guy coming off the bench, a nice player, 6'9".
You should see what the Lakers did to them with almost nobody, with a 41-year-old guy. They absolutely and Luka just destroyed them. It's like he was playing with children, man. Yeah. And Jake, and then actually Ayton. All of a sudden, coach is like, Ayton's complaining he's not getting any touches. Well, he wasn't. Luka's playing the point guard, and he's jacking 3-pointers, and nobody's touching the ball. So Ayton has 2 games back-to-back, double-doubles. He had 18 and 15 boards and 3 or 4 blocks, and all of a sudden he woke up. And they must have said something to him. I said, look, if you don't pick it up for this season, we're not going to re-sign you.
Well, LeBron the other night giving him the side-eye on the bench.
So. He wasn't the only one. The coach was... And anyways...
When the guy with his own patch is giving you the stare down, you better start playing better.
It's early already, but I picked him up on one team because somebody dropped him, and I was like, "Are you crazy? Have you seen the last 2 games?" And he's averaging pretty good numbers, better than 80% of centers in the NBA, regardless, which doesn't say much for centers in the NBA. But and anyways, go on. That was my little micro rant.
Yeah, micro rant, and then again. You go down past the play-ins, and I mean, I don't know. Is Milwaukee going to make some type of trade or move to try to get into the play-in game? I mean, they're only a game out of it. So
here's what the Greek Freak said. Exactly what we were talking about, Trent. Just a quick interjection. You said he's not going to ask to be traded. He doesn't need to ask to be traded. And guess what he got asked? An interview. He goes, "Oh, are you going to ask to be traded?" He goes, "I told from the beginning. I came here every year. It's the same thing. I am not going to ask to be traded. My family loves it here. I love it here. I want to build. I want to build for championships like anybody else. If the team feels that they can get more for me and move me, that has nothing to do with me. That's up to my agent and the team." But really, what he's saying is, trade me the fuck out of here. I want to get some championships. Pardon my French. I got a little jacked up.
Another guy Paul wants to be on the Lakers so bad.
That would be great.
Milwaukee, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Washington. I'm not wasting my breath on a lot of those teams right now. I mean, Charlotte is a team that will score 130 one night and beat you by 20, and then score 95 the next night and lose by 50.
Melo's going to be traded. Watch.
So in Indiana, well, that's just unfortunate for them that the injuries they had with the all-star guard.
Can you imagine being in the run they made last year and look at them this year? It's amazing.
And you go to the West, and it looked like you got a couple.
You're not going to talk about your team, Toronto?
We did already. We already brought them up.
Well, I mean, Toronto's doing something they hadn't done in their franchise recently, and that is for the first 30 games of the season, they are far exceeding expectations, both from management, ownership, and the fans, and the rest of the NBA. They're playing above their pay grade, if you will.
We're at an hour. I got stuff to do. So
yeah. So keep an eye on them.
So the West, you've got like 8. Well, looks like Oklahoma kind of got 8-2 in the last 10. You've got a couple teams that are 7-3. I mean, the Clippers were 8-2 again this week out of the last 10 games. I mean, Memphis is kind of hanging on to that 10 spot between, with the Clippers being a game behind and Dallas. I don't know about Dallas. Dallas is a Jekyll and Jekyll every game as well.
Yeah.
Like you said about the rotations. Now Anthony Davis is for sure out for a while. I don't know when Kyrie's supposed to be coming back. They'll probably, if Kyrie comes back and Davis is able to play a little bit, they probably sneak into a playoff game or in a play-in game.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not beating one of the top 6 teams in the West the way they're.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of Davis and Kyrie and just go full rebuild with Coop as the.
I don't like the rumors of him coming on our Raps. We don't need that guy on the Raptors. So, guy plays 30 games a year. OKC kind of came back at 34-7.
Yeah, they had a couple of wake up calls there. That was good.
Yeah, they were like 3-3 or 6-6 or something like that. 12.
No, they were 3-6. They lost three out of 4 or something.
They kind of finally got that win over San Antonio last night too.
Yeah, that was.
It was a good game actually. There's some Ted Holmgren and Wembanyama seem to have a little bit of a rivalry going, which is great.
They do, but honestly, Trent, can I ask you a question? I just shaking my head over here. I want to swear again.
Right.
Why is Wemby still coming off the freaking bench?
I don't know what's going on there.
What is going on? Like he's no. They're just no. Well, he tweaked his knee again. He blew out his ankle, so they're worried that he's frail.
They're helicopter mumming him right now.
Oh God, man! Fuck. I should have picked the Joker. I knew this was going to happen.
And Denver, without the Joker, hey, they pulled off some wins. Gordon coming back, Peyton Watson playing well. Jamal Murray actually's had a pretty nice stretch.
He's been playing great.
You know, they're only 5-5 in the last 10, but he's had some really good games.
They're playing way above their head right now.
17 assist games for Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Minnesota looks like they finally found their groove.
They've got it going, man.
They've been putting it together pretty good here.
By the way, they want Ja as well. By the way,
I know. I sent you that thing.
I know. I thought it was bull, but then I checked it out and it's like no. So they're talking about giving up a first round, Vincenzo, Conley, one of their bigs, and a second round pick and I don't know, bag of chips or something.
The Lakers again, they're 5-5. They had some real crap games this week where they played
terrible,
and then played great. Right, they're going to be
I thought JJ Redick was going to have an aneurysm, bro. I'm serious.
I'm going to tell you right now, the Lakers, as a Laker fan, you should probably will agree. I actually, even with Reeves in the lineup, they're missing a player. They're missing something. They're going to make a move. I'd be very surprised if they didn't, because they're not winning the championship with this lineup.
No,
they're not. They're a player away, and I don't know what that player is. Like they don't need more scoring, that's for sure.
No.
I mean,
so the rumor is they want to go after someone like Sadiq Bey to play because Ree is just soft as butter.
As soon as he gets his Laker jersey on, he's dumped off my team. I don't have Lakers.
Well, no, they're going to trade Ree. They're going to trade Dalton, especially now. Bronny's gone. Vincent and their point guard. Oh, JJ is not going to play him. I don't care how much wine JJ and LeBron drink. He's not going to play him. Sorry, that is completely ludicrous that these kids go out and get hammered. I don't even know if the kid drinks. It doesn't matter, but they must have, I guess.
There's an old Instagram thing with him smoking the ganja back in the day. So.
Oh, really?
Ronnie. Oh, yeah. He got in trouble. Dad grounded him for a week, I'm sure.
Oh, really? Well, it is legal.
The other team that's suffering is, and it's a big injury, is Sengun being injured for Houston has really hurt them.
Yeah, he came back, had a great game last night.
But I'm just saying, him being hurt really put them down. Like, because they were kind of
killed me
in the last episode, 2 episodes ago.
Just killed me.
Third in the West, fourth in the West, and they dropped down to 6th. That injury affected him quite a bit. He's a good, really solid young player.
And he's never been injured. He's been always very, very, he's a fantastic young big. He's one of the best in the NBA. And it's funny, on one of my teams, really quick, you're going to love this, Trent. I showed you a photo of one of my teams. I had 6 players injured, and there's only 3 in the injury spots. The 3 in the injury spots were Şengün, Joker, and Cunningham.
Perfect.
That's just in my injury reserve. They're
in our other league. I only got 1 injury or back up. And the other team that we like to slag on to start the year is Phoenix. Like, they were 7-3 in the last 10.
Yeah, they're playing better now.
Golden State again.
By the way, they're talking about flipping Morant for the guy that you drafted, hamstring man, that hasn't played. He played 1 game and he got injured again.
Ooh, for Jalen.
Green. Yeah.
No, they should. That guy's. I'm keeping him on my IL. I'm not going to dump him because when he did play, he played those 2 games and he had really good games. And it was like, I already know the guy.
But they're winning without him, so don't be surprised if they trade him and get more.
Golden State. They're 6-4 in the last 10.
Yeah.
The team that I'm really liking right now too, that I try to watch their games, is Portland. They're 7-3 in the last 10.
Yeah, I enjoy watching them too.
Play a really fun style of basketball. The ball moves. It's not somebody. Again, I know that Luka Doncic is a great player, and I know James Harden's a great player.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch basketball where I watch a guy dribble the ball for 15 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds, and then gives it up, or just jacks a 3.
Jacks an off-balance 3 to try to get fouled.
And they make them. The thing is, they make a lot of them because they're great players. But that's not basketball. That's not even fun to watch. You have the greatest shooter ever, as Paul likes to say, in Steph Curry. And the Warriors, the ball. He
is the greatest shooter in the history of the NBA. Trent, it's not even close.
I'm just making an example. I could care less about that. The example of they move the ball, the players move. There's ball movement, player movement. Not one guy dominates the ball, and you have the best shooter.
Yeah, there's only one guy that dominates the ball, and he's not a point guard. He's a power forward, small forward, and he plays the point guard which is Denny Avdia. He should be an all-star this year. He's amazing.
Yeah,
he's 6'9". He's playing the point.
And then Memphis is there at 10. I don't know how long they hold on to that.
No, it's rebuild mode.
Well, especially with the Clippers only a game behind. If the Clippers these guys can keep playing like they, even half of what they're playing now, they probably get into the play-in. Not a team that I'd like to play, but at the same time, by the time the playoffs come, 1 or 2 of them won't be in the lineup. They'll be hurt.
By the way, I got to give you kudos, Trent. Trent actually picked up 2 players I wouldn't pick up at this stage of their careers. On one of his teams in our fantasy that I'm playing against, and he actually picked up a whole bunch of guys I didn't think he'd pick up, and the way he built that team, and he's first in the league right now, and that is the Beard and Kawhi. One of my least. I just can't stand Kawhi. But his basketball game is amazing. But I can't stand him.
I drafted Harden, and he's had a great season.
No, I said that. I said you drafted both these guys, and I wouldn't have drafted either one of them. You've got one on one team and one on the other. You got Kawhi on one team, right?
I don't have Kawhi at all.
I thought you drafted Kawhi.
Oh, frick! I'd never drafted him. We talked about that during the draft. Right?
Yeah, I thought you did for sure.
He went down in like the 6th, 7th round because everybody's just like, I don't want to draft him.
And he's playing quite well. He's only played maybe half the games, but whatever.
And then Dallas, like we talked about, and then you have Utah, Sacramento, and New Orleans. Sacramento. The rumor is about maybe Sabonis being traded.
Yeah.
The guy. Raptors, get that guy.
Oh my God, that would be incredible.
Give up R.G. Barrett and Podol and a draft pick for that guy. Get that guy.
I agree.
Player.
I agree. That would be awesome, bro. I love Sabonis. I love him.
He's such a good player.
He really is.
Oh, dude. Get that guy, Raptors.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
You're going to give up R.G. Barrett? Like you said, they like those small forward guards in Sacramento.
Yeah. They like wings. Long guards or small wings.
But I picked up like you were talking about Westbrook. I picked him
that was a good pickup. I would have picked him up, but you got him before me. You got him literally 15 minutes before I got him the second time.
Yeah. So, again, there's some teams that we both like, obviously, that have been, there's some teams here that we've kind of picked on a little bit that seem to be playing better basketball. And the 2 that I would say mostly are Minnesota and Phoenix.
Yeah.
We gave them a pretty rough ride at the start of the season because they were playing like hot garbage. And I'm
Well,
actually
and like
Phoenix
the same in the East, Toronto and Detroit as two examples.
I think Phoenix. Well, I picked Toronto to be decent this year. I didn't think they're going to be where they are, maybe, but
No,
I think they're
I
going
certainly didn't think they're going to be this good this early.
And Detroit, I'm not surprised after what happened last year. I mean, being in first is kind of surprising, but the way they're playing,
I know, but with Duran and their star point guard out,
yeah.
and they're still playing really
But,
well, and Tobias Harris is out.
well, I'll be honest. I think Phoenix is more surprising than where they are right now to me than anybody. I thought that was going to be a down year this year. But when I look at their lineup, like their actual players,
Yeah.
holy.
I actually think Golden State Warriors are playing way above their pay grade, and I think they're the big trade the Warriors are talking about. They're going after Porter Jr. With Brooklyn.
Right. Well, he's having a career year right now.
Oh yeah, career year. But they wanna get him out because he's worth more to them getting him out, trading him, and he's going to go to the Warriors, and I love him on the Warriors. That's exactly what they need.
That's a great spot for him.
It is. But that's everything Trent.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too. We're at an hour and 11 minutes. Great episode, great content. We had a little bit more juice today. But I just wanted to say thank you again for those that, if you've not been to the Canadian Bro Show before, our podcast, it's a growing podcast. We've been doing it for about 14 months now. We're at 104 episodes now. In the two iterations. The first iteration, 62 episodes is going out. We're going to have that out today if I can get the thumbnail finished. Having some issues with my AI supplement, not allowing me to utilize it. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining us. We've got almost 200 likes and views on our last week's episode, still growing. Another day on that. We'll have this up later on tonight. And the second iteration is all basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley, and that's us. And thank you very much for watching. And Trent, thank you very much for making it today. I know you're really busy with work and it's crazy weather in Alberta, and certainly do appreciate it. And in the meantime, this is the second season of all basketball from the Hoopjunkies. We are on episode, what are we on? 41?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, or this is 42, pardon me, and which is remarkable. And then with the first iteration, we're about 104. So if you enjoy this free podcast and you like the YouTube as much as I do, I love YouTube, please feel free to share our growing channel, and it would be awesome if you could subscribe, and if you like it, that would be awesome too. And we really appreciate anything that you can do for us because, again, we're a growing channel. And just put the subscribe button up there, Trent. And I'm going to... Trent's got a busy rest of his day. So, Trent, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go as well. And I'm going to leave the screen up and just finish our Canadian Bro Show, one of our 3 Canadian Bro Show songs. And thank you kindly for joining us. Thank you, Trent. Have yourself a great day. I will... talk to you sooner than later, bro.
Yep.
Take care. And I'm going to be signing off as well.